I am Gazanfar, and now we are going to discuss about the conformational analysis of monosubstituted cyclohexane, 1,1-disubstituted cyclohexane, and also some special cases of disubstituted 1,1-cyclohexane. So first of all, we discuss about the monosubstituted system of the cyclohexane. We know that there are two types of bonds present. One is the equatorial bond and the other is the axial bond. So there is a axial bond present here, equatorial bond present here. Similarly, there is axial bond here, equatorial bond here, axial bond here, equatorial bond here, axial, equatorial, axial, equatorial, axial, and equatorial. So there are 6 axial bonds are present in the chair-like conformation of cyclohexane and 6 equatorial bonds are present. So if we discuss about the monosubstituted system of the cyclohexane, in which we have a methyl group at the axial position, or have a methyl. When we flip this molecule of chair-like conformation of cyclohexane, we get another conformation of chair-like conformation of cyclohexane, in which our axial up bond is converted into equatorial up, and the axial down is converted into axial down. So there are also 6 axial bonds and equatorial bonds are present here. There is an axial bond here, equatorial bond here, axial bond here, and equatorial bond here. So there are 6 axial bonds and 6 equatorial bonds are present in the chair-like conformation of cyclohexane. So we can know that there is a hydrogen here, and there is a axial hydrogen present here. So we see that this is a bulky group of methyl. Methyl is a bulky group, and these are the axial hydrogens. So there is a steric repulsion present between these two diaxial hydrogens and this methyl group, when the methyl group is present in the at the axial position. So we called this interaction as a 1,3 diaxial interaction. 1,3 diaxial interaction. So due to the 1,3 diaxial interaction present between this methyl group and these two diaxial hydrogens, the axial methyl cyclohexane is less stable. And if we see this chair-like conformation of cyclohexane, in which methyl group is at the equatorial position and hydrogen is at axial position. So there are axial hydrogen here, equatorial hydrogen here, axial, equatorial. So we will observe that there is no 1,3 diaxial interaction present when our methyl group is at the equatorial position. So the absence of 1,3 diaxial interaction in this chair-like conformation of cyclohexane, where methyl group is at the equatorial position, so we consider it as a most stable conformation of methyl cyclohexane. So according to the studies, it is said that there is 5% probability of methyl cyclohexane is that it adopts this axial conformation, and there is 95% probability is that the methyl cyclohexane adopts the equatorial methyl cyclohexane conformation. So it is all about the monosubstituted cyclohexane. Now we are going to discuss about the 1,1-disubstituted system of the cyclohexane. Disubstituted 1,1-disubstituted cyclohexane system. Then there is a methyl group here instead of hydrogen. So this is 1,1-dimethyl cyclohexane. So we can see that again there is 1,3 diaxial interaction present between this methyl group and these two diaxial hydrogens. See that here is a methyl group. Interactions present here. There is 1,3 diaxial interactions present between these two hydrogens and this methyl group. So we can see that here only one methyl group show 1,3-diaxial interaction with these two diaxial hydrogens, and in this conformation this methyl group show 1,3-diaxial interaction or steric repulsion between with these two hydrogens. So we can say that there is no energy difference present between these two conformations, so they are almost the same compounds, and so they are called topomers of each other. They are called topomers of each other because there is no energy difference present between these two conformations, because here we can see that there is a methyl group at the axial position, two hydrogens at the axial position, and there is steric repulsion present between the one methyl group and two hydrogens. Similarly, in this conformation, we will observe that there is a methyl group present at the axial position and two hydrogens at the axial position. There is steric repulsion present between one methyl group and two hydrogens. So we can say that there is no energy difference present between them, and the stability of both conformation is equal to each other. So they are called topomers of each other. But if there is a hydrogen here, and hydrogen here, then we will observe that there is a 1,3-diaxial interaction present between one methyl group and these two hydrogens, and there is no 1,3-diaxial interaction present between the methyl group and the two hydrogens in this conformation. So we can say that this is due to the presence of the steric repulsion between the one methyl group and two hydrogens. So they are not topomers of each other. They are topomers of each other only when they are two similar substituents are attached at the same carbon. In this conformation, we can see that there is one hydrogen at the equatorial position, one methyl group at the axial position, and there is a hydrogen in the axial position and methyl group is at the equatorial position. So they are conformational diastereomers of each other because not topomers of each other. They are not topomers of each other. They are classic conformational diastereomers. They are conformational diastereomers of each other. They are conformational diastereomers of each other. Now, if there is a, when we flip this molecule, the axial up becomes equatorial up and the equatorial down becomes axial down. As we discussed the di-substituted, 1,1 di-substituted system, and if there is a methyl group here and tertiary butyl group present here, so this axial down becomes, this equatorial down becomes axial down, and methyl axial up methyl becomes equatorial up methyl. So with increase in the bulkier group, there is large steric repulsion present between the two diaxial hydrogens and the bulky group. So there is a hydrogen here and a hydrogen here. So we can see that there is 1,3-diaxial interaction present between these two diaxial hydrogens and this methyl group. So there is a steric repulsion present between this methyl group and these two hydrogens. So in this case we can see that there is an axial hydrogen here, So there is 1,3-diaxial interaction present between the tertiary butyl and these two diaxial hydrogens. So the steric repulsion produced due to the repulsion between these two diaxial hydrogens, then this tertiary butyl is greater as compared to the steric repulsion produced due to the group and these two hydrogens, as the structure of tertiary butyl is, there are three bulky groups are attached at the tetrahedral carbon. So there is a large bulk present in tertiary butyl as compared to the methyl group. So there is an interaction takes place as and in tertiary butyl there are three methyl groups are present. So due to the repulsion between the three methyl groups and two hydrogens, there is large steric repulsion present in this conformation, and in this conformation there is only interaction present between the one methyl group and two diaxial hydrogens. So there is less steric repulsion present in this conformation. So our bulkier group tends to occupy the equatorial position, instead of axial position due to the absence of 1,3 diaxial interaction when it is present at the equatorial position. So it is our predominant or stable conformation. It is our stable conformation or predominant conformation, and it is our less stable conformation. Less stable conformation because there is large steric repulsion present between the tertiary butyl and the two hydrogens. But in some cases, our bulkier group tends to occupy the axial position instead of the equatorial position. For example, there is a phenyl group at the equatorial position. There is a phenyl group at the equatorial position instead of tertiary butyl. It is a bulky group as compared to the methyl group. But the phenyl group tends to occupy the axial position instead of the equatorial position, because if we observe that there is 1,3 diaxial interaction present in this conformation between the methyl group and these two diaxial hydrogens, and secondly there is a axial hydrogen here, equatorial hydrogen here, axial hydrogen here, equatorial hydrogen here. So there is a hydrogen. Now this hydrogen and this hydrogen show steric repulsion. These equatorial hydrogens also show steric repulsion with these hydrogens of the phenyl group. But in this conformation we will observe that there is a hydrogen here. So we can say that there is there is a steric interaction present between these hydrogens, but the ring is oriented in the orthogonal position. Firstly, it is present in this plane and the plane of the board, and the two hydrogens show steric repulsion between these two hydrogens. But when this ring is oriented in the orthogonal position, these two hydrogens are into the plane and two hydrogens are out of the plane, and so it reduces the steric repulsion. So when it adopts the orthogonal position, these two hydrogens are into the plane and two hydrogens are out of the plane, so it reduces the steric repulsion. So it is, and secondly, there is no 1,3 diaxial interaction present in this conformation like this, because here we can see that there is a methyl group and show interaction between with these diaxial hydrogen, and secondly this hydrogen of phenyl also show hindrance with this hydrogen. However, if this ring is oriented in the orthogonal position, then we will observe still there is steric repulsion present between the ortho hydrogens of phenyl and this hydrogen of phenyl, and secondly this 1,3 diaxial interaction between the methyl group and the two hydrogens present. So we can say that this conformation is the stable conformation due to the absence of 1,3 diaxial interaction between the methyl group and the two axial hydrogen, and this conformation is less stable. This conformation is less stable due to the presence of 1,3 diaxial interaction present between methyl group and diaxial hydrogens. And secondly, there is also steric hindrance between the hydrogen of phenyl and the hydrogen of the methyl group. So due to the large steric repulsion, this conformation is less stable conformation, and due to the absence of the steric repulsion, this conformation is the most stable conformation. So this is all about the conformational analysis of the monosubstituted and 1,1 disubstituted system.